Hi boys and girls. Okay, today we are going to be creating our flower, which is called a lily, to go on our lily pad, which will then eventually go into our lily pond that we made, inspired by Claude Monet. Remember we did the finger painting, we did the swirly twirlies. Mrs. Walker is going to try to remember to get these bubble cut around. If not, I'll have you guys do it. So we have our ponds already done. We made our lilies. Well, we're going to make our lilies. You're going to cut a lily out of a piece of green paper. That's the lily pad. And each lily pad, this little dent in here, is where their flower goes. And so we're going to make a flower to fit on our lily pad, okay? And the way we're going to do that is Mrs. Walker has some lily petal tracers. You're going to need at least 7 of these. You can pick whatever color you want for your flower. Lilies usually come in pinks or purples or white. I'm going to actually do a white one this time. I did a pink one last time, so I'm going to do a white one. So you're going to take your tracer and you're just going to start in one corner. Don't start in the middle or you might run out of space. And you're going to trace this 7 times. So you're going to cut out 7 petals. And if you put them just like this next to each other, you should be able to fit 7 of them across here. Okay, if you run out of room, you've always got the other side of the paper. But for those of you that want to make your flower even fancier, 7 will make a flower, but if you make even more petals, it'll make a fancier flower. It'll be fuller. Okay, so I'm going to try to make even more, than 7. Okay, so just hold your tracer steady. Take your fingers, I went right over the top. Take your pencil and write it along the outside edge. I put my pencil up and down and I just kind of push it against the edge of this little tracer and then move my fingers when they get in the way. Kind of hold it steady. Once you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you're going to stop and cut them out, okay? And cutting just takes time, right? We just have to take time to do it, and it's how we get good at it is practice. So if this is hard for you, just keep practicing. Mrs. Walker's been practicing cutting for a long time, so I've got a lot of practice. And you're going to cut each one of those out. Just set it aside. I'm going to pause this so you don't have to watch me cut all mine out. Okay, I am back. Don't forget to bring your lily petal tracer back to Mrs. Walker. We don't want those to get thrown away, okay? So once you're done tracing, return that to Mrs. Walker because we don't want those to get thrown away. It took me a while to cut all those out, and I want to get those, I want to use those with more than one class, okay? So bring those back to Mrs. Walker, and then for your lilies, you see how one end of this lily is kind of pointed? Actually, that was supposed to be a little more pointed. You see how it's a pointed end and it has a circle end? This is the center of the lily. So this is where we're going to put our glue. And we're going to start, our first petal. Let's start with our first petal and write our name and class code on the back of that petal. I'm going to say this is KA and circle it, okay? Then you're going to flip it over and put your glue dots right on that round part because that's the center of the flower. And then you're going to stick another one right on top of it, right next to it so that the petals are kind of touching right there. If you put it way over here, you won't be able to fit as many petals, so you want to make sure they're kind of touching each other and that the glue is right in the center. So I'm going to put some more glue. Now Mrs. Walker made more than 7 petals because I want to show you what you can do after you get to the number 7. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'm putting them kind of close together so they're almost touching right there. There's 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now if you want yours to be fancy and have extra petals, then you got to use your whole paper and just trace a bunch more. The way you're going to do this if you have extra ones is when you put it in the center, you want to put it in between 2 of those. So we're going to lay it right here in between so that it points between them, not right on top of one. You want to put it in between so it makes a fuller flower. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue there, put this one sticking right in between those 2. And then I'll put more glue, and I'll put this one so it's pointing in between these 2. And then I'm just going to keep doing that till I run out of petals. Put this one here so it's between those 2. And then I'm going going to show you how to make it feel like it's kind of 3D. We're going to bend our petals up. You can see that one's kind of already bending up. I don't know if I think you guys can see that. I can see it happening. All right, I've got 2 more here. 1, 2. Oop, almost did it backwards. If you see a round tip, that's actually going the wrong way. I just caught myself. There we go. And I've got 1 more actually. I can put him, I see kind of a space right in here, so I'm going to make him facing that way. All right, now hold down on the center to make yours more 3D. You're going to hold in the center and take your flower petals and just go around and kind of bend them up like this. I'm kind of bending them up so that they stick up a little bit. I'm going to turn it here, bend them up, and then you'll see how, well, water lilies see how it kind of comes away from the table. And when I have it finished, I'm going to glue it right onto my lily pad, okay? But it's not finished, it still needs the center. So to make the center, Mrs. Walker's got some yellow tissue paper that we're going to use. You're going to take and dot your glue in the center, get it ready. Then you're going to take a pencil and you're going to put the pencil right in the center, and you're going to take your fingers and push this down around your pencil like that. So I want to take my fingers and just kind of, I'm making my fingers like this, and I'm going to push it down so that it kind of wraps around my pencil like that, and then I'm going to stick it into the glue. And then I'm going to open it up a little bit, because guess what I'm going to do with the other 2? I'm going to put them right in the center there. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to, it's kind of hard to hold on to. I got to put it right here. Sometimes I do this, and I kind of hold it with my finger. I just hold one part of it. Then I get my fingers like this, and I push down around, and I just kind of tuck it around, because you want to really crimp it into that pencil like that, so it's crunched up like that coming down your pencil. And then, ooh, I didn't put my glue in there. I got to put some dots of glue in the center, right? Because I want to put this right in the middle. There we go. And then open it up just a little bit of space so that I can put 1 more. So how many, oops, it's sticking to me. How many of these are we going to do? Yep, I hope you said 3. So put it on the tip of your pencil, kind of hold on to it with one of your fingers so it doesn't go away, and then take your other hand and kind of push it down like that, and then kind of wrap it around that pencil so it's all tight around the end of your pencil like that. Okay, and then stick that pencil right into the center and pull your pencil out. And look, now we have, look at how pretty that is. There's the center of my flower. If yours isn't squished up enough, mine's a little bit, I'm going to squish mine back together a little bit because I kind of like it sticking up like that. There it is. Mine's ready to go on my lily pad now. Now, my lily pad does not have my name on it, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure I put my name on everything in case we run out of time and we don't have everything stuck together. I want to be sure my name's on everything. Let's see. Let me say I was saying I was in K8. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over, and we know that the flower comes right out of this corner of the lily pad. So this kind of looks like a Pac-Man, doesn't it? Where the mouth is, I'm going to put the glue right here. So I'm just going to dot, dot, dot. I want to put quite a few dots there because I want my flower to stick to my lily pad. I don't want it to fall off. So there's my dots. And now I'm going to take this part of my flower and I'm going to set it right into that. And there is my lily pad, which is now ready to go into my pond, right? And we will glue this down onto our pond. Let me show you. We're going to glue it right onto our pond. If you made a pink flower, then yours will look more like this. If you made a white flower, it'll look like that. You can make a purple flower, whatever color you want. And the last step is Mrs. Walker's going to take a picture of this before we take it home. Okay?